welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at Outer Worlds 2. Now this is a game that's officially coming out on end of the month, and if you have pre-ordered the digital deluxe version you get to play it early, which is kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about the requirements. As minimum you need at least an Intel i5 8th gen or Ryzen 5 2600, 16 GB of RAM, and either GTX 1070 or AMD RX 5700. SSD required, and performance apparently scales with higher end systems. For recommended specs you need an Intel Core i7 10th gen, Ryzen 5 5600X, same 16 GB of RAM, and either RTX 3080 or AMD's RX 6800 XT. And same as before, SSD required, performance scales with higher end systems. Now the game is actually made in Unreal Engine, however I do believe it's a slightly older version rather than 5, so I don't expect too much hassle. So let's have a look at the video options. We're going full screen, 2K native, no frame rate limit, no vertical sync, no upscalers or downscalers used, no frame gen, no latency reduction method. Motion blur is turned off because the previous Outer Worlds it heavily relied on motion blur. It wasn't really a bad thing, but you know, it is how it is. Also we're going with the hardware ray tracing enabled, just to see how it is. Also we're maxing the game out. For the graphics we're going with a very high. This is the highest we can get all the values, so there's no ultra or epic settings here. Field of view is cranked to 120 and chromic aberration is on. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is. Let's start the new game, and
it's not like I have a choice.
We'll just see how it goes. MSI, upper left. So let's go and see how it looks.
Commander, we've been hit by one of those space anomalies.
Buddy?
And the piloting system is down.
Buddy?
The astrogator's gears are shot!
Get a hold of yourself. You're an Earth Directorate agent.
Affirmative, Commander. What are the orders?
Brace for impact.
Unable to brace for impact.
Is it the end for Commander Zane and Buddy? Tune in next week to find out.
From one side of the galaxy to the next, the Earth Directorate is on your side. Whether against corrupt corporations, tyrannical governments, or corrupt corporations in league with tyrannical governments, the Earth Directorate is here to fight for the rights of all colonists. So remember, if you or your neighbor's government has turned tyrannical or sold themselves out to greedy corporate interests, just commandeer a skip drone and send the Earth Directorate an SOS, and we will respond immediately.
Please allow 6 months to 10 years, depending on your proximity to the nearest Earth Directorate base and any unforeseen encounters.
Right, I think we can just grab what we have. Positive traits. Heroic. Next, engineering. Explosives. Guns. Yep. Good. And we're going with the story as per usual.
Who is in charge of the mission? And how did this happen? What? We're recording. Make sure we edit that out.
Commander, the reason your instructions have been kept vague until now
is that your mission is not only of extreme importance, it is also highly sensitive. Your destination is the source of all skip drive manufacturing, the Arcadian system. However, for reasons that are far above any classification that you qualify for, this colony is outside our jurisdiction. We have recently discovered that the drives are somehow responsible for the dangerous rift anomalies, the tears in the fabric of space itself. And without skip drives, interstellar travel is impossible. No imported snacks, no aether wave cereals, no survival for the colonies. Your mission is to rendezvous with DeVries, our forward agent, and assist her in retrieving the information needed to determine exactly how the skip drives cause the rift anomalies. But please try to be more discreet than usual, because if you or any member of your team are captured, you will be on your own. There will be no rescue. We cannot afford for this to turn into yet another intergalactic incident. Agent DeVries will be contacting you shortly to coordinate your plan of action. Please follow it for once, will you?
Look, let's be honest here. You somehow managed to fumble your way through these things successfully. Let's just hope you're able to pull it off one more time.
Right, so we're on the ship. We're pulling 6.7 gigs of video memory allocated, almost 12 gigs of RAM. We're sub 60, which I think is not surprising because every time ray tracing is involved, this is pretty much what you get end of the day. Obviously there's no anti-aliasing at all, so all the little tiny jagged edges that you see, which are not smoothed out and kind of a little bit flickering, that's kind of on me, I suppose. I would say even running FSR or DLSS or FXA would actually help this matters a bit more, but
Commander,
that's just
Agent
how I
Pascal
look at
told me to
things.
bring you your new model tactical time dilation device. They say these newfangled ones cause no, that ain't right. 10.25% less brain damage than the old ones. Yeah, impressive, huh? Way it seems to make everything move slower still feels a little weird to me, but they tell me I'll get used to it. They say the way it works is like, well, you know how parts of your brain can become damaged if you're in suspended animation too long? It kind of does the same thing. Didn't I just say? But this way you don't have to risk extended hibernation. That can kill you, you know. The lab coats swear this way's perfectly safe. Science is amazing, ain't it? Listen to me, rambling on. So, well, anyway, here you go. Look, Commander, truth be told, I asked to deliver it to you. I was just hoping to get a moment to ask you for a pointer or two, you know, on how to be a great agent like yourself. Because, well, you're a legend. And the other agents, well, let's just say they disagree on just how I should go about it. Because you all know so much more than me, and I don't want to mess things up. Pascal likes to joke around about everything. But I like it when she says it's all about looking out for those who can't defend themselves. But Sandoval, he laughs at that. Says we gotta save people because they're too stupid to save themselves. And that we got righteousness on our side. Okay, I get it. You're too busy to talk to the likes of me. Oh, almost plumb forgot. I was supposed to let you know it's almost time for Agent DeVries to establish contact. She's kind of like you, top tier, one of the Directorate's best. Except then, she was always nice to me. Anyways, we should get down to the main room and open up the channel. No need to wait on my account, Commander. I'll join you in just a tick. Whoa. That's sure faster than taking the stairs.
Right.
Commander, your credentials are required to open the channel with Agent DeVries. Yours are currently located in your cabin.
Don't worry, you're not the only one who needs their gray matter rewired after hibernating our way through skip space, Commander.
Commander, considering the danger and consequence of the mission we're about to undertake, I hope you'll forgive the lack of pleasantries. Arcadia is ruled by a dictatorship that calls itself the Protectorate. They are beyond secretive. However, it is their inability to even imagine that someone could infiltrate their system that has given us an advantage. One I've found a way to exploit spectacularly. As unbelievable as it may sound, once you make your way to my location in the Skip Labs, we will be liberating an unsealed Skip core. You ever heard of anyone trying to unseal one of them and living to speak of it? And the story about the explosive seals being necessary to complete the circuit so they'll function? Well, it's a lie. The seals are just there to conceal the inner workings of the drive so no one else can duplicate them. Examining an unsealed one will be invaluable in helping our lab coats figure out how they cause the rifts. But you'll first need to make your way to the station proper from the landing pad. The timing for our mission is exceptional. Most of the sector's security was reassigned to the far side of the station in preparation for the imminent visit of their sovereign's family. They decommissioned several landing pads, including ours, to give them fewer points of entry to guard, giving us fewer chances to be intercepted. You'll just need to reroute power to open the door to the sector once you've landed. Once you gain access to the sector, you'll need to shut down their communications to keep them from alerting anyone to our presence. Then, you'll need to handle their combat mechs. I've managed to leave caches of tools and intel for you throughout the sector. I'd take advantage of all of them, were I you. This may sound simple, but I cannot stress this enough. Do not underestimate the danger we face.
Come on, Agent. Haven't you heard? We're the best and brightest. We infiltrate corrupt governments before breakfast most days.
Do you think this is some kind of joke? The Protectorate are the worst of the worst and will not hesitate to string you up if you're caught, if you're lucky. They think nothing of regularly chemically lobotomizing their own subjects for even the slightest error. Your life isn't the only one at risk here. Don't tell me to calm down. You know what I've sacrificed, what I'm prepared to sacrifice still. I've spent the better part of a year laying the groundwork for this mission. I don't need a team led by some confused fool more suited to running a cash register than a secret mission fouling it up. For now, unlike you or your team, I am a professional. Whether I like it or not, you are the commanding officer here. My personal feelings will not impede our mission. I need to go now. My absence will be noticed soon. Once you land, I'll patch in over comms and guide you through the sector.
Augustine! I mean, Agent DeVries. I just wanted to say we're all looking forward to working with you.
Who? Niles? Is that you? Law, what are you doing here? It's been so long.
I'm an agent. First assignment. Suppose I look a mite different now. Less grease. Oh, and no more smelling like fuel neither. Most days. Can't wait to see you once this is over, Agent. And good luck.
Same to you, Ibarra. DeVries out.
Navigator's warmed up in the cockpit, Commander. Whenever you're ready to fly us in.
Right, the intro is a little bit long, but hey, kinda does set the scene a bit. So let's go. Once we get planet side, we're gonna just skip around a little bit and probably disable the ray tracing, because I assume that without ray tracing, again, we're gonna gain at least 15 up to 20 frames as per usual, specifically when it comes to like high or ultra settings, and everything will be fine. We might turn on DLSS, and then again, you know, all of this, it's up to yourselves to experiment if you like this or not, and you know, just to fit your playstyle. The game, surprisingly enough, looks better than the first one in my opinion, and I just looked it up. The game runs on Unreal Engine 4, so I would say that this is kind of like I would want the games to look. Because Unreal Engine 4 is still, in my opinion, just a slightly better engine, or it's been tested a bit more and used a bit more before all the implementation of, what are we on now, 5.5 Unreal Engine, usually? So yeah, landed, 7.4 gigs of video memory, 14 gigs of RAM. It's not too bad. Stuff is looking good. Also have ADS. Right. Let's disable the ray tracing. It usually takes a little bit of clicking through. Let's apply. And just enabled it back. Come on. There you go. Apply.
In the machine that keeps us productive, I may be your sovereign.
Well, we gained 10 frames. So, yeah, 55, 56. Despite that, I must say there's not... I don't see any lags or stutters or slowing down of the game. Usually when you play sub 60, there's kind of like a noticeable lag. Some of the games actually are really good at showing that they essentially slow down, but not this one, which is kind of cool.
On which it is built, which is each and every one of you. Yes, you. You are not just a cog in the machine. You are the cog.
Commander, Ibarra and I will secure the building down here, while you're upstairs restoring power to the door.
That smell. Did a sprat get flash fried in here?
Power fuse.
Agent DeVries's orders still stand. Power must be restored to the door in order to proceed into the sector.
The electrical system misfired somehow. Security's been triggered. This needs to be dealt with quickly.
As unable to function due to death. Expiring without permission will result...
Commander, we finished our sweep. I'd wager we could use the intercom to call for help, Commander. Must be a guard around here somewhere who can shut the mechs down. Screen's broken, so should be nothing to pass yourself off as one of their own. Right. Maybe we should look around for a name of someone who worked here, in case you're asked.
Right. I mean, the guy who had the power core problem.
Is built, but even I can't succeed alone. So be diligent, and remember...
Right, 50 frames. Let's see if enabling DLSS will give us some sort of boost here, which I assume it will.
Severe consequences.
And DLSS on balance gives us 70 frames. As you can see, all the jagged edges are pretty much gone because of the DLSS. Now granted, that means we're downscaling, and balance usually is what, full HD rather than 2K. But it looks visually better in my opinion. And since we're knee deep into all of this, might as well just enable frame gen. And see what magic will happen.
In the machine that keeps us productive.
And the magic happens at 135 frames.
And the bedrock upon which our system is built, but even I
yeah,
can't
well.
alone. So be diligent, and remember, failure will be met with severe consequences.
I mean,
beloved subjects, We all know that a structure is only as strong as its basest elements.
I can't really say I see the difference between ray tracing enabled or disabled, I guess. I mean, reflections are nice and everything, but I gotta say, sometimes the RTX is more on the nose when you look at things rather than...
Time reducing those necks to scrap metal, eh, Commander? Commander, the situation is becoming more fluid than I'd originally planned for. We've got to change our approach. Split the team to handle comms and...
Good to know DeVries is consistently on edge. Wasn't just me. You'd think she'd never been on a mission before. Everyone knows fluid's about the best you can hope for. Well, sitting here jawing ain't gonna accomplish much. Looks to be central dispatch on the right with security ops on the left. Which you taking, Commander? We'll hit the other. Kinda figured that'd be your choice. Shoot a couple for me, will you? Ibarra and I'll take security ops, then meet you at the skip labs. We'll stay well out of trouble, won't we, Cadet?
That's right. I wouldn't dream of letting the side down, Commander.
Right. Well, then, notwithstanding Ibarra's enthusiasm here, or DeVries' concerns over fluidity, I'm fairly certain we've got this under control. Rest easy, Commander.
Agent Pascal, ma'am, I've been cogitating on how best to gain entry into security ops. You know, nice and quiet like.
You gonna school me on some of that newfangled academy training of yours? So long as it don't result in us being unceremoniously shot, suppose I can hear you out.
Not getting shot, certainly part of it.
This unit finds the strength to weld titanium plating.
This is passingly strange. Drilled during the Sovereign's family's visit.
Surely you don't think it's anything untoward.
Reprobate!
Oh! The time dilation literally turns your aim into like a mini clip game. I did not expect. Right. I don't want to spoil anyone the game, to be fair, because, you know, most of the people will only get their hands on this at the end of the month. But a couple things I will do is, A, we're gonna disable the upscalers and just turn everything back the way it was, just to have a baseline. And to be fair, so baseline wise, if you're playing this on high with a older CPU like Intel i9-99K that I have and 4070 Ti, even on 2K, with ray tracing enabled, as you see, we are pretty much sub 60 most of the time. Enabling DLSS on balanced boosts you up to about 57-55 frames on average. Enabling frame gen obviously boosts you about twice as much. I know that a lot of people have very hard feelings about using frame gen because it's the fake frames and whatnot, but it is what it is. And if you enable hardware ray tracing on top of all of this, then you get pretty much roughly 100-ish to play around when a lot of action breaks out. I don't know how I feel about this because I'm not biased for Outer Worlds 2, but I do like that currently the game itself, like the gameplay and the interaction and the way they're giving the story, in my opinion, is way better than in the original one. And I know that a lot of people they will disagree with me, fair enough. But so far, when I played the first Outer Worlds, I got tired of majority of interactions within first 10 minutes. It was such a chore to just kind of interact and listen and do stuff, and in this game it kind of, say, in the same style, they're turning everything into a joke with a hint of sarcasm or, you know, complete plain stupidity. It still kind of lets you just, you know, either smile and do nothing or not smile or essentially tell them to buzz off, which I do like. And I think this is the reason when there's been some changes in Outer Worlds management team, that once the first one kinda almost nearly flopped, because that's pretty much what happened, that they allowed this to be achieved. Also, the mantling system actually is way better than at first. You can actually mantle on things now, you don't have to just try to time it and to fly on top of it. But yeah, anyway, I mean, I do like how it looks. Like, visually, this, again, is not as washed out as first Outer Worlds, because first Outer Worlds was a complete washout visually. Doesn't matter what settings you were playing it on, unless you modded it. There was nothing for you to do. This actually looks acceptable for me, and yeah, graphically I do like good graphics, and performance, I'm pretty sure it will change. I'm not saying there will be a patch coming out, but I'm pretty sure there will be a patch coming out, just to kind of tweak the performance when majority of the systems will start running this. Because if the recommended specs were for full HD resolution, we're playing on 2K, but I can see that the CPU is not exactly getting hammered. GPU is kind of doing its own thing a little bit, and at the same time, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I cannot really say that, you know, this is terrible. So yeah, anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Over and out.